Hop in the whip and I hit these switches, see that chrome suspension. Look at the car, you know who did it, I don't have to mention. They know it's Alex from Hoppos.
What's going on, guys? How are you? Alex here from Hoppos with another video for you guys. And guess what? We are slammed. Oh my gosh, I am tired. I know a lot of you guys have been bugging for some videos and for some more content, but I gotta be realistic with you guys. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I have a lot of big things coming up. A lot of, you know, it's crazy. I'm gonna start off with this. It's crazy because as I was younger, let's just go back all the way to high school. As I was in high school, man, that school year seems so long ago. Like so long. I mean, from when you started school to when you ended, it felt like it just drug on. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved high school. I actually had a great time in high school. But it felt so long. As you get older and as years progress and you get a little more age and wear on your body, it goes quick. And let me just tell you, I feel like I literally just filmed some SEMA videos not too long ago, and we're already prepping for SEMA this year. On top of that, SEMA and Super Show both roll around right around the same time. And the other day, actually yesterday, I was on IG and Joe Ray posted a video saying it was like 10 and a half weeks to Super Show. I'm like, holy crap, that is so quick. I don't know if we're ready. Oh, obviously, we got builds for Super Show. We got builds for SEMA that we're working on. We got a whole bunch of partners we're teaming up with for SEMA again this year. And this year is going to be just as exciting, if not more exciting than last year. We have another project with another really big motor vehicle company again this year. We also have one right behind me, which I'm filming a video on right now as we speak. So I'm actually filming two videos. And then at the same time, yesterday we actually just dropped a whole bunch of gravity fed stuff on the website. Actually, no, on IG. We posted a gravity fed and a whammy up for sale, and the gravity fed sold in 3 minutes. The whammy tank sold in 2 hours. Those are sold. They're going to be picking them up this week. I believe one this week, one next week. So we're already starting on the next ones right here. And they take time. They take time to build. They take time to weld and take time to mold. So we're working on those right now. Oh no, you guys love those gravity feds. So we're going to be working on them. Trust me, guys. We're going to get a whole bunch for you guys. And my plan this year for Super Show is hopefully get you guys at least like 6 setups that you guys can walk up, purchase right then and there, and walk home with them or drive home with them. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm aiming, crossing my fingers for that. And yeah, let's just show you guys what's been going on here. We have some big news coming up. It is official today, so I'm very excited for that. The gravity feds are almost done. The gravity fed tanks are almost done. At the same time, we are restocking up on Y-bones. We got a few that are here. One getting tacked up and jigged up right now. A whole bunch of airbag cups that we finished, and it felt good to get rid of this table, and then we just restocked it again. And it looks like our good old trusty, faithful plasma cam is done with sheet number 3 on G-body kit. lot of the gravity fed setups up on IG, and they've been selling super quick. So guys, if you guys are interested in one, make sure you guys are turning on your post notifications, because we're not taking pre-orders for them. We're building them, and once we build them and they're finished and they're ready for you guys, then we're posting up on IG. Then pretty much at that time, it's gonna be a first come, first serve. So make sure you guys stay up onto our social media, also onto the website as well, because we're updating a whole bunch of new items on there. Oh, it has been hot in here. It has been like really, really hot. It was officially 98 degrees in here yesterday, 98.6, and it was 106 outside. So it was a little bit cooler inside than outside, but we have our humidity level in here because all the machines, it is hot and muggy. So that's been something that we've been trying to overcome in the last, well, I think the last 3 days have been real hot here. So yesterday I went and grabbed a whole bunch of fans. Today we have a special delivery on its way, and I'm sure you guys will be excited to see that. I told you guys it's here. First time seeing it since the body hit the frame. California did their work on it. CNC did their work on it. Now it's back to us again. About time you do something.
Day and night, do something.
So Javier's frame showed up right now. Actually, the car showed up. This is, man, it's been a long time coming for this car. Seeing it all come together like this definitely makes me feel good, because we put in a lot of work into this one. If you guys don't remember, this is the one that had the crazy frame, and well, it got crazier. California did their work here. They got everything pre-ran. They did a lot of extra secondary layers on top of what we already did, and well, let's just say this thing is going to be lit up. This thing is going to be crazy bright. It's going to be different. Videos that pretty much said that this car was just, it was just different. He was not afraid to just break that mold of like your traditional frame wrap and your frame and your car and your traditional just everything. So it is very clean and simple, but it is very detailed. So that's the nice part about this. And so the reason this one's back is because when we did the whole frame, we knew that this frame came off of a hardtop and we needed to add the mounts for convertible. Well, the body wasn't quite ready, the frame wasn't quite ready, so they never really met. So now that they're actually together, we can get the full lineup of it and make sure that it's gonna fit on there perfect, being that every other mount's in place. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna also do the holes for the rack, get that all ready. It's gonna be a little sketchy and scary to do that because the bottom side is fully done already. So that belly is immaculate. And right now we got the guys getting everything moved out to the side. Let me get out of the sun here. Getting moved out to the side, that way we can fit this car in here safely with nothing around it. Make sure we have plenty of clearance and able to work on it. So that's what's next. So we have the scrap guys here picking up all of our scrap. In the meantime, we got the 62 over to where it needs to be for right now. So it's out of the way for right now. We're gonna be getting to this shortly. What we're gonna be doing here is adding the extra mount on right about here for the convertible top. Not for the convertible top, but because the body is a convertible, but the frame is for hardtop, we're adding the extra mount in for it. So we still gotta build those. We gotta actually match that over to these body mounts that we built here. So all this will be matching. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of pre-wired frame already ran. All the wirings ran from California. They did a killer job on this. I honestly would not want to have that job of fishing it. I mean, obviously they fish wires and that's what they do and they're good at it, but that one had to be tough because I mean that frame's thick, so that had to be interesting on that one. See here, this is how thick the frame is. This is stock frame versus 3/16 plate on top, or stock frame with 3/16 on top, and they had to drill through that to run all the wiring. So all that obviously will be hidden once it's time to be hidden, and all the plates will be added on there. You had all the dress up plates that were on the upper arms, the frame rails, inside rails. I mean, there's wiring everywhere on this thing. Some of the work that Philip Fine Lines did on here, I'm definitely digging that flake pinstripe. Definitely digging that. Went ahead and added it into the firewall as well. Spoke to Mario, he said they're gonna be adding it through the rest of the car and in the setup as well. So looks like Philip got some more work ahead of him to finish off all this section. And then of course the whole bottom side, I don't know if you can see much, but the bottom side's already all done up. Alright guys, so we made a little bit of progress on the 62 today. I actually didn't think I was going to get to this right away, but you know what, we had a little extra time. I'm going to get this guy in and out as fast as possible. But we cut down the holes to the frame. We measured out what they had to be at. I think I set this front one at around 10 inches, around 22 on this back one. And I'll tell you guys right now, somewhere right there. Yeah, so for this car right here, dead center on the first hole is about 10 inches. Dead center on the second is right around 22. Then I measured the difference from the frame. And then I kind of just felt my way with my finger on the inside, on the bottom side, and then just make sure I got center here. The reason we're doing round on this one here is because obviously the frame is going to be fully done. So I want to be able to fit down some tubing and get a nice clean finish, nice tight hole around here. But I want to do this that way I could actually drill and recess a nut down into here, and repeat that to all four corners. And then I'm actually going to TIG weld the nut into the frame. That way I could go and drop this in and drop the bolts from the top side. You can't really see much in there, but drop it from the top side and we'll be able to bolt this rack right directly to the frame to make this removable, because this body's going to probably come on and off another few times after the fact. That way we could, you know, maintenance anything and finish up the bottom and get the frame, which you can see needs to get some love on it. So we're gonna get some love on that frame. That's the next step, but we want to make sure we get this done and the body mounts done. Go ahead, and I'm finding center, which I already did on this one, but I'm finding center with my actual hole saw here. That way I'm using a pilot drill to mark my center here. That's gonna be better than me trying to guess it, eyeballing it. So we'll do the same thing here. Get in there. Oh, it's gonna be hard to do this left-handed. Alright, got me a nice little center hole. Then I'll go grab the big drill bit, and we're gonna hit that guy pretty big to get a, I think we're gonna go with, try to get a 1/2 inch bolt, but if I could get a 5/8, I'm gonna be even better. But we're gonna see how big we get this hole right here. I was able to get that guy, so I decided to actually go with a 1/2 inch. The only reason I decided to go with a 1/2 inch bolt is because if I went 5/8, it's gonna put me real close to the edge out here when I have to go weld, and it's gonna be real hard to get my torch in here. So I dropped it down to a 1/2 inch bolt instead. We're gonna do 4 of those. I'm drilling the other ones right now using my Makita, and yeah, and a unibit. The reason I use the unibit on this one is because I actually like putting a little taper normally, but this one actually worked out to where the whole thing fits all the way down in there. Oh, almost dropped that in there. So normally the taper helps with holding the nut in place at the very bottom, so it gives me a little lip, kind of a little shelf. If I went with like a 3/8 nut, it would actually fit in there perfect, and it would actually hit the bottom shelf and kind of hold in there. So, but with this case, because we did a 1/2 inch, this actually fits it perfect by the time you go to the outside of the hex. So that's what we're gonna go with. Now I got 3 more holes to drill, and we'll get going. Our Makita definitely just put in some work right now. We got all 4 drilled out. There you go. So now I'm going to come in and probably just get a little sandpaper and clean up these edges here. Now I know I really don't got to do that because I mean they got to come in and body work it anyways, but just because I got to be working with it, I want to make sure that this guy is going to slide in nice and perfect in there. So what I did is this is, I believe, 1 3/4 here. I'll tell you right now. Oh. Yeah, so we got 1 3/4 material. I went with 1 3/4 on the hole saw, wherever that's at. I must have put it away already. And then, because normally when the hole saw cuts, it actually opens it up a little bit more than what it says. So I went with that, and as you can tell, It's pretty much a dang near perfect fit. Very, very little gapping around here. Even if I push it all the way to the back side, very little gapping, so gives it a nice clean cut. And now I'm gonna get the welder over here and get these nuts buzzed in there. We're gonna say thank God for our porticle, because that guy is pointed directly at me right now and it feels good. And that's what happens when you're too busy filming YouTube videos. You spill. Hey, we literally made it all right to the edge. All right, we got them all welded in. And normally, again, I don't normally recommend cold welding or tack welding. It's kind of like a thing on IG right now, like cold welding. I don't normally recommend tacking like crazy because it doesn't actually penetrate like it should. But in this case, I need to keep the heat down because of the paint around here. Now they're gonna go ahead and do touch-ups, but if I could keep the touch-ups down to a minimum, that way I don't, you know, create excess heat here. Because right now, I mean, it's warm, but it's not that bad. But I don't want to go and do a continuous weld, because then at that point I create so much heat that it could bubble the paint up around it. So in this case, I did just a full set of tacks all the way around it. Luckily there's a nice, because of the hex in the round, there's actually nice like gaps to fill up, so I was able to fill them at the same time. So not too bad. I mean, for not really being able to get in there, you guys can kind of see, I mean, the gun is barely enough to get in there. Luckily I went with the 1/2 inch and not the 5/8. So I got my inspectors over there. Inspectors, we look okay? We look good? Did I pass inspection? You do x-ray on it? You did x-ray? All right, I'm just checking. Just making sure I make sure I passed. We got the first set of stilts ready. Second one's cutting. This guy is gonna be one of our first pieces. I believe this is a 3.5, so the 3.5 goes on this side. There we go. So I'll sit there. It gives me enough room to weld. I'll cut these down if I need to later on. I actually made them a little bit taller just so I can cut them down. So I did 3.5 here and a 3 up front, just because the body tapers a little bit, so it's deeper here than it is there. So get that there, get the other one in place. We actually gotta wait to get the plasma set up, because the plasma's down right now. And we're gonna actually cut some little washers with a 1/2 inch center hole. I'll weld them here, and then we'll drop the bolt in from the top side. The reason we're doing all this is just to make this rack bolt in. We're gonna try to squeeze in 5 batteries over here, 5 over here. Most likely we're gonna go with Optimas. That way we can kind of flip-flop them and go which direction we want to go. That way we can kind of tuck it in as far as possible to leave room for upholstery, leave room for a sound system, and leave room for 4-pump gravity fed setup. Oh, closing time. Done. Yeah, closing time. Last piece is cutting right now. I'll show you guys what it's looking like so far. So those 2 are right there. We're all set. Got one there. We're just waiting for that last piece. Once that piece is good, hopefully tomorrow the stuff shows up for the plasma cam to repair it. I had to get a new circuit board for it, so hopefully that comes in. That way we can get that going, cut the washers, get that tacked in or welded in, and then we can do the body mounts, and then we can just get this car out of here. So hopefully that's the case. That way we can kind of get ahead of schedule for these guys. Then it can go to the next stop. So we're closing up, guys. We will see you on the next video. I appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. We'll see you guys next time. I'm out.